The saga of Romelu Lukaku is one that I will never understand. So all of a sudden, Romelu Lukaku did an interview to try get himself to Inter Milan, only now to not be picking up the phone when Chelsea are about to accept a bid. What's going on, Rom? Why is it always difficult with you? Let's get Welcome to the Kavkas View, and in today's video, we have got 4 major stories. And when I tell you 4 major stories, I mean it's the type of stories you sit on the edge of the seat. It means it's the type of stories I got out of bed to record a new video, and the video that I was meant to release tomorrow, well, it's not happening. It's coming out on Sunday instead, so make sure you go watch it. It will be linked at the end of the video. More importantly, let's get into the running order of what we need to talk about. Number 1, Romelu Lukaku has got 2 bids from European clubs, Inter Milan and Juventus, and there is calamities going around. There is drama for all of you to enjoy. I'm telling you now, go grab some popcorn. Number 2, Vlahovic to Chelsea, not on the list. We're going to talk about how we know this, who told us. Number 3, Lautaro Martinez, you guessed it, not on the list. And finally, the big one, we know why Joao Felix is not coming back to the club, and we've had it confirmed. Let's get into it. Let's break this video down. Enjoy, buckle up, get the popcorn, because this is going to be a great one. But before we get started, videos like this, they happen in improv sometimes, right? Sometimes news breaks and it's around about 11 o'clock at night time, so it means I'm going to have to edit. So it means I'm going to be getting to bed around about 1 o'clock. So do me a massive favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we're aiming for 30,000 subscribers. I need you lot to help me out with this. I want to do it by the end of the month. Let's get on with it. And now, let's get on to the first. There are 2 types of professionals in this world. There's the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyangs, and then there's the Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku is an individual that likes to talk a lot. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang moves in silence and deals with his frustrations in other ways. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang might be moving to Marseille. Great move for him. And more importantly, we haven't heard a peep out of it. Role model, professional, quiet. Romelu Lukaku, on the other hand, well, let's just get into the catastrophe right now. So what do we know about Romelu? Romelu joined Chelsea. Romelu said he loved Chelsea, said he came back for unfinished business. 3 months later, he said, you know what, I'm going to cut. Went to Italy, sat down with Sky Italia, made like a crazy interview where he basically stuck it on Tuchel, stuck it on the tactics, spoke about Lauti and how much he loved him, spoke about Milan, how it's his home, spoke about how Inter Milan is the love of his life, went back to Inter Milan, stuck up the joint for majority of the time, went to the World Cup, was one of the reasons, a big component of why Belgium went out, missing 5 clear-cut chances in the second half against Croatia, went back, regained some form, became the Romelu Lukaku that we all recognize, petitioned blood, sweat and tears to get a move to Inter Milan. Inter Milan finally decide to bid £35 million, plus 5 million in add-ons that Chelsea are about to accept, and you guessed it, Romelu Lukaku has gone missing. Romelu Lukaku is not picking up the phone according to Fabrizio Romano. Inter's directors, Inter's players are shocked. They don't believe what's going on. They do not understand what is evidently happening in front of their eyes. And Fabrizio has come out with all of the saga, with all the juicy stories. So Inter Milan have put in a €35 million, 35 million euros with 5 million in add-on bid for Romelu Lukaku. Chelsea are willing to accept that. Juventus, I've been telling you guys, Juventus are inquiring about Lukaku. Something's happening behind the scenes with Romelu Lukaku and Juventus. I've been saying this. Juventus are willing to bid 37 million with 2.5 million in add-ons. Adds up to 40 million, but it's contingent on 1 move and 1 move only. Dusan Vlahovic leaving before the 4th of August. If he leaves before that date, they will secure this deal. Romelu Lukaku, according to them, will be a Juventus player. He'll be playing for the old lady. And for me, this just summarizes Lukaku, right? This is an individual that said he loves the club. He feels Milano. He feels Inter. He feels whatever this club gives to him, it's part of him. And yet, after petitioning all this time, he's about to sucker punch him and literally go to one of their rivals for the league, isn't he? Because the reality is, what else is he doing? Why else is he not picking up the phone? Why are you even discussing with Juventus when you consistently said the only move for you is Inter Milan? I'll say 2 things and then we'll move on to Vlahovic and Lautaro Martinez. Number 1, couldn't happen to a better club. Inter's getting exactly what they deserve. I hope next time you stop lowballing and stop being so cheap and pay what you were meant to pay from the initial outset. And number 2, Romelu, my friend, thank you for the bidding war. Get your money up, clubs. I want about 45 million euros. Little cheeky bid. Come on, add some more money on top. Let's move on. Fabrizio also went on a little roll. I don't understand with Fabrizio now. Nowadays, he's tweeting at times when I'm trying to get my sleep. I'm trying to get some hours in. Yet Fabrizio has decided maybe it's the right time right now to bid and to explain what's going on with Chelsea and their strikers list. Well, he said, number one, Dusan Vlahovic is not on the list. Chelsea's little Juventus's little 4th of August deadline, Chelsea ain't participating. Dusan Vlahovic to PSG is the move. If PSG can make it work, if PSG will put the money in front, PSG will actively go and secure the deal. That's all up to PSG and Juventus. Chelsea are not interested in Dusan Vlahovic. He is not on the list, according to Fabrizio Romano. What I'm going to say is, thank God. I am not convinced by Dusan Vlahovic. I did not want that move to happen. I felt very uneasy about that move, and I've said it on multiple occasions. I read an article where they broke down a lot of statistics about his ability to score goals, his ability to create chances, and his ability to represent a forward line. Don't like it. Not for me, I'll be honest. That one article, the way I'm scarred with number 9s at Chelsea Football Club, I don't want to even take the risk. Number 2, Lauti. Lukaku's bae, Lukaku's boo, Lukaku's hubby. It looks like Chelsea aren't interested in him either. Number 1 choice for Mauricio Pochettino was Lautaro Martinez. He's not on Chelsea's list. Chelsea deem him too expensive. Chelsea deem him as an individual, and this is key, an individual that is out of reach. They don't think he's 1, good enough, and 2, not worth the hassle to be chasing. According to Fabrizio Romano, no way, Jose, are we going in after him. I am happy with this as well. I feel Lautaro Martinez is a very streaky striker. I think in 12 months' time, we'll be looking for another striker if we go and secure him. I don't want him. You're going to tell me now, Alex, if you don't want Lautaro, you don't want Vlahovic, you're not fully convinced by Kolumwani, who do you want, big? Personally, I'll be honest, Ivan Toney's the one that's really been getting me interested in that number 9 role. But at this moment in time, I'm happy to stick with Broja and Jackson and try to get through the summer and see what's on the market next year. That's just my personal opinion. They did the scouting. They bought in Nicholas Jackson. Let's see what he's got. Sometimes the player you least expect to be great is the one that is great. And in this case, it could be Nicholas. This next one annoys me. And the reason this next one annoys me is because I did not want this to happen. And it frustrates me that Pochettino is already getting under my nerves for this reason. I think Joao Felix would have been a great signing for Chelsea. I think the loan of Joao Felix with an option to buy, he would have dropped his wages, would have been the way to go this year. I think when the individuals within the boardroom acquired him, they were very confident in retaining his service. They were individuals that wanted him and the individuals that didn't want him. And the deciding factor came down to whom? The manager came in. It is being reported by Fabrizio Romano that Mauricio Pochettino does not want Joao Felix. And one of the reasons that could be, and I'm suspecting now, this is my opinion, I think could be his work rate. But what I find hilarious is we're going after Ryan Cherki. And Ryan Cherki has got a horrible work ethic off the ball. We know that. But he's very talented on the ball, so I don't care. I think he's a very good player and I'll take him. And this is not me getting at Ryan Cherki. But at the same time, if you give me 2 options, you give me Ryan Cherki or Joao Felix, I'm going for Joao Felix. I think Joao Felix is that good. I think Joao Felix has all the attributes to become one of the best players in his position. Yet, Chelsea opted to miss out on the player. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to Joao Felix, but I think it's important that we get the confirmation of what is actually going on with Joao Felix. Joao Felix was not brought back to Chelsea because of Mauricio Pochettino. I am very upset. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not going to hide it. It's one of the decisions I disagree with, but it's Pochettino's job on the line, not mine. So at the end of the day, we're going to sit back, relax, and see what happens. Because I think if you look at the front, the 3 behind the striker, I think Sterling is better than Joao Felix at this moment in time in output, but not overall impact onto the team. I don't think Mudryk and Noni can talk to Joao Felix. And I don't think Nkunku is better than Joao Felix for me. Yes, he's got the output, but at the same time, I just don't see it. That's my personal opinion. I don't know what you lot think. Guys, this has been a big impromptu video. It is late. I need to go and start editing. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, turn on WWE SmackDown, have that in the background while I'm giving a little bit of editing. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. The video that I have on coming out on the 2023-2024 XL Realistic is gonna come out on Sunday. It's all recorded, it's ready to go, but this news was so big that I just didn't want to miss out. I wanted to keep you guys updated. Some of you always complain, you're a little bit late. Well, guess what? Today I ain't gonna be late. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do that. Peace out, I'm out. Have a lovely evening.